Good morning. Good morning, students.
Good morning.
Let's see, we have 3 people here so far. We have Laura and Veronica and Edna. Very good. Nice to see you. Hello, Laura. Good morning. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
How is everybody today? Good, I hope. Have a nice week.
Yes.
Yes. Hi, Veronica. No work today, huh? Back home.
No, at home, yeah.
Okay. More normal. Yeah, you don't have to stop during the class to work. That's good. So here we are today, another week. I had to go to the doctor yesterday for my colonoscopy. Oh boy, not fun, not fun. But I'm back, safe and sound, and
That's good.
I am
It's good.
ready for my class. So feeling much better than I was yesterday. So today
Yesterday.
we're going to talk more about cause and effect, but
Okay.
instead of talking about it with clauses or with nouns like we did last week, we're going to talk about cause and effect with adjectives and adverbs. Hello, Karina. Still connecting to the audio. Anyway, Concepcion is here too. That means Adan's probably here too. Very, very good. Got your audio, Karina? There we go. All right. There's more people coming in. Somebody who I don't know. Phone 213-453-69. I don't know who that is.
Yolanda.
Yolanda,
Yes, good
okay,
morning.
hold on. Let me fix that. Whoops. Let me fix your name here, Yolanda. Oh, there.
Yes.
Okay. Yolanda. There we go. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
There we go. Much better. How is everybody this morning? Everybody good? Yes?
Yes.
No
Yes,
problem?
good.
All right, very good.
No.
Like I said, today we're going to talk about cause and effect, but not with verbs or nouns, with adjectives and adverbs. So we'll talk about that in a minute, but first we have our usual verb practice review. So let's jump right in while we're waiting for everybody else to arrive. And let me share that screen with you if I can. Let me see here. Got to get my correct buttons here. All right, here we go. All right, there we go. I think this is the proper one.
Okay.
Is this the one I sent you? Yes, my great-grandfather died many years ago. Yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
This is the one you have? Good.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, so away we go. Let's get started. The first one says, many years ago. Remember, whenever we have a go, that's an indicator of simple past, isn't it? So 10 days ago, 10 minutes ago, many years ago. So we just want a regular simple
Died.
past tense
Died.
verb, right?
Right.
My grandfather died many years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's the one that my level 3s need to practice a lot. It's present perfect, right? That keyword ever. That keyword ever. So forever, what can we say?
Have.
Has.
How?
Has, right? Because it's your mother's
Has.
singular, so we're going to say
Yeah.
has. So has your mother ever spoken?
spoke.
Right? Our past participle is spoken. Remember our keywords for present perfect? Let's see. The next one says the students, a story in class next week. Next week is future. So what can we say?
We'll read.
We'll read, exactly.
Or
We'll
are,
read.
are going to read.
We could even say are reading, right? Because it's a planned action. whenever you have plans, you can use going to or present continuous for your plans. Will is for predictions, right? But if you have plans, you could use going to or present continuous. Especially, we use present continuous if your plans are coming very soon. For example, you say, tomorrow I'm meeting my sister for lunch. Back when we could meet our sister for lunch. Can't do that anymore. All right. Like is the next one. This is again
Like is there.
one of our big ideas for level 3. Whenever we have verb and verb, the second verb needs to be a gerund or an infinitive. In this case, what do we want to say?
The gerund. The
Playing
gerund.
would be okay, or to play. Both are okay
To
with
play.
like.
To play.
Personally, I like playing. It sounds more natural to me. We liked playing softball at the picnic last Friday, but to play is okay. All right. Now the next one says for many years. Again, that's another one, an action that started in the past and continues to now. It started in the past and it continues to now. So what can we say for that?
Has
Mr.
been
Benton has
running.
run.
Has run or
Mhm.
has been
Has been
running.
running.
Run.
Has run or has been running.
Okay.
All right, very good, very good. All right, now the next one is about tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning is future, right?
What time will Mr. Smith leave?
Sounds good to me. Or is going to leave is fine
It's
too.
going to.
Leave.
Is going to or will. All righty. Now the next one says not recently. Not recently. So
I haven't made.
Bake.
Made.
yeah, the verb here is
Bake.
bake. So
Oh, bake.
Bake.
made is fine too. But the verb I gave you was bake.
Bake.
But made is fine too. All right, but haven't is the key point, right? I haven't because it says recently. It's indefinite past tense. Now the next one is definite past tense. Remember the big difference between present perfect and past is in past tense you always know the time. Here the time is yesterday.
I
talk. Sure.
Talk.
Simple past, irregular verb. Simple past, irregular verb. Took. All right. The next one says, many students to the class last night. It's a question. So how do I ask a past tense question?
Did many students come to class last night?
Did many students come? I like that. Did many students come? Did come.
Good morning, teacher.
Good morning. Let's see. The next one says, I love.
Is the gerund?
Love is going to be, again, either a gerund or an infinitive. Both are fine.
Is it I love it is skiing?
Or I love
skiing.
I love
skiing to sky. Sky.
I love to ski or I love skiing.
I love to ski.
Both are okay. Remember, and let me just share it on the board here because I probably haven't mentioned it for a little while, and it's always worth repeating. Remember, there are a few words that where you can use both gerund and infinitive. Not many, but there are a few. Right? And they are like, love, hate, start, continue, prefer. Right? Those words, it doesn't matter. Use a gerund, use an infinitive, no problem. So I like to swim. I like swimming. I love to dance. I love dancing. I hate driving on the freeway. I hate to drive on the freeway. I began to exercise. I began exercising. I started to cry. I started crying. We continued to work. We continued working. I prefer to go to the zoo. I prefer going to the zoo, right? All of them are fine. So in these, you really can't make a mistake. Gerund is fine. Infinitive is fine. This is not true for most words, right? Most words is gerund only or infinitive only. For example, want is only infinitive. And enjoy is only gerund. These 7, no problem. You can't make a mistake. So that's good news. At least 7 words you can't make a mistake. The other 50 you can make a mistake, but these 7, no mistakes possible. As long as it's a gerund or an infinitive, no problem. So we had 2 of those examples today in the practice, right? We had up here, like, so no problem. And here we have love, no problem. All right, the next one is about a party next Friday. And the verb is bring. So what can we say?
Chair, I can see the paper. because
Oh,
it's,
okay, I'm
the
sorry,
box.
you're right. I didn't go back to the paper officially. Thank you. Okay. This is always so complicated. All right, so I gotta go back to this button, and I've got to find the little controller. And here's the little controller, and I have to push the new share button and then go back to the paper, and there we go. All right, everybody can see it now?
Yes.
Yes, such a fuss. All right, anyway, back to business. Thank you for telling me that. All right, next Friday, future, right?
This,
Yes.
I will
I
bring.
will.
I will bring, or I'm going to bring, right?
Oh,
I'm going to.
I will bring.
Or I'm going to bring.
I'm going to bring.
And then, again, this is something new for level 3. We can also use our present continuous in a future plan, right?
Mhm.
Only plans, not predictions, only plans. We can use present continuous.
Okay.
All right, let's see. The next one, yesterday, no problem there. Good old simple past.
Yes.
Yes.
Did you find
Fine.
I agree, I
Did-
agree. Did you
Library
find
yesterday.
that book at the library yesterday? Did you find? Okay. The next one, Bill to his brother until next weekend. Bill
won't
won't
talk.
talk, right?
Won't.
Won't talk or isn't going to talk. That's fine too.
Oh, okay.
Oh, isn't going to.
All right. Now the next one has the word since, right?
Yeah.
Since they hired the new chef.
Mhm.
Since they hired the new chef. What could we say for that one?
The restaurant has
Serve.
Are
Serve.
served.
I agree, has served, right? Oops.
Yeah.
Oh.
Has served,
Mhm.
or we could say has
Has been served.
been serving, right?
Served.
Has served or has been serving. Why? Because we have that keyword since. Remember, since is one of our keywords for present perfect. And again, remember there's about 11 keywords we have to memorize level 3 for present perfect, right? Ever, never, before, how long, for, since, recently, lately, just, still, already, not yet, right? Remember all those? We practice every week. All right, the next one. We need to leave now. We're talking about now. So what can we say there?
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Ready.
Perfecto. Are you ready? Are you ready? All right. The next one says, how long?
How long has Tom lived
Living.
Has
near
Tom
the
lived, right?
7.
How long has Tom lived near the stadium? Or, of course, we could say,
Has been living.
has
Or
Tom
has
been living near the stadium? That how long is one of our keywords of present perfect. And you'll notice all of the present perfect keywords I highlighted for you to help our level 3s. Remember, level 3s, we need to memorize these keywords. And you see they're all the ones that are highlighted here. And also the gerunds and infinitives are highlighted too. Those are new for our level 3s to memorize. Okay, the next one says yesterday. That sounds like simple past here, right? But it's negative. So how do we make a past negative?
Didn't mail.
Didn't mail. Perfecto.
Mail.
Simple past negative, didn't. All right. The next one is about a repairman and yesterday. Yesterday. So what can we say for that one?
Simple past.
Simple past.
Simple past.
ED. Perfect. All righty. Excellent. All right. The next one says before. Before is another of our present perfect keywords. So we're going to use has, exactly. And remember, we need past participle. Should we say wrote or written?
Written.
No, it's
Written.
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 Right. Remember, it's always past participle. And many of those irregular past participles end with en, right? Spoken, written, given, taken, etc. Hay muchos. Now, the next one has the word plan, right? Should we use infinitive or gerund with plan? Infinitive, right? Remember that one from level 2, right? I want to, I need to, I have to, I plan to. So, plan to eat chicken for dinner tonight. Most of those potential actions, we use infinitive. We're going to have a whole lesson about infinitives later on this semester. But plans to eat. Let's see. The next one is about a cat. And it says at the moment. So at the moment, it means now, right? So what can we say?
Isn't it?
Isn't sitting.
Isn't sitting.
Mhm.
Isn't sitting. Very good. The next one says last year, simple past, irregular.
Met.
Met, right, M-E-T.
Sitting. Okay, well,
All right. The next one says right now. Right now, so what can we say?
Is Tom working?
Sure. Is Tom working on his computer? Is Tom working?
Working.
And the next one has never. Again, that's another of our present perfect keywords. So we're going to use has. Has
Okay.
never
Never
opened
open.
his shop on religious holidays. And the last one says lately. There's another present perfect keyword. So what can we say here?
Haven't gone.
Haven't gone.
Haven't gone.
We haven't gone to the beach very much lately. Haven't gone. All right, so far so good.
Yes.
Preguntas, problemas? Everybody happy?
Yes.
Yes.
That's okay, good. All right, excellent. Good warm up as usual. Let's see, who do we have here today? We have Edna and Laura and Veronica and Karina and Juan Pablo and Yolanda and iPhone. Who is iPhone? Got two iPhones here. All right. iPhone, who are you? All right.
I
don't-
think it's me.
Oh, okay, that's you, Yuveli. Okay,
Is it?
okay, Yuveli, let me put your name in there.
Sorry.
No problem, I just don't know who you are, I get confused. All right, and how about my second iPhone? iPhone number 2, who are you? I can't see your face and I can't see your name. It's a secret student. You might be a student from Bulgaria who's just trying to learn English. All right, I don't know. iPhone's not answering. Okay. All right, and we have Yolanda and Eulalia and Virgilio. Welcome, 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 everybody.
Yes. Thank you, teacher.
Now, in a previous class, we talked about cause and effect, right? And we had 4 different ways to make cause and effect. I want to review those before we start into new material, but I want to do a real quick review with cause and effect. And let me put up my board again and talk about cause and effect, because we're going to look at another way to do cause and effect. In cause and effect is very complicated in English, because we have a way you can do it with a noun, a way you can do it with a verb, a way you can do it with an adjective, an adverb, an adjective and a noun. So, oh my goodness, it's a complicated mess. But let me see if I can remind you about what we've already learned, and then show you what we're going to learn next. Okay, I'm going to erase this. All right. So in the last lesson, I think it was the last lesson, or did we talk about conditionals in the last lesson? I don't remember. I teach so many lessons online, I get confused which are which. But I know we talked about cause and effect, right? And we learned four methods. Right? We learned about clause connectors. These are the most popular. Right? They are because and since. Oops. Because and since. For example, because it was raining, I took my umbrella to school. Right? We have a subject and a verb. Because it was raining, I took my umbrella to school. Remember that? So because and since, subject, verb. It was raining. Then we also had prepositions. They were because of and due to. And remember, we use prepositions with nouns. Prepositions are with nouns. Because of the rain, I took my umbrella to school. And then we had conjunctions. And there's only one conjunction. It's for cause and effect. It's so. Right? So I always put the conjunction in the middle with a comma, right?
Yes.
And finally, we had the transition, which are therefore and consequently. Okay. And so, for example, it was raining, period. Consequently, I took my umbrella to school. All right, so we see our clause connectors. What do we have? We have a subject and a verb. And the clause connector, remember, can be in the first position, or I could put it in the middle. I could say, I took my umbrella to school because it was raining. The preposition, only with a noun. And again, it could be in the beginning or in the middle. I could say, I took my umbrella to school because of the rain. Conjunction, always in the middle and always after a comma. It was raining, comma, so I took my umbrella to school. And it was raining, period. Consequently, I took my umbrella to school. So and consequently are exactly the same, except for the period and the comma, right? The period and the comma are the differences, right? One is one sentence and one is two separate sentences, right? We had that lesson before. Do you all recall that a little bit?
Yes.
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
Yes.
A little bit, anyway. All right, good. So this is all studied before, and I have sent you those slides, I think, for that class about cause and effect. So hopefully you have those slides on your phone and you can look at them anytime you want. So what are we going to talk about today? Today we're going to look at adjectives, especially. Nouns a little bit, but mostly adjectives, right? And remind me, what is an adjective? Give me some examples of adjectives. Silence from the room. Adjectives. Help me out. What's an adjective? For example, hot,
Adjective.
cold, happy, sad, easy, difficult, right? Those are adjectives. Words that describe. Words that describe. Adjectives. So we're going to talk about using adjectives today.
There's a noun.
Describe a noun. Exactly. Adjectives describe nouns. Okay, so let me, I'm going to briefly turn off everybody's microphone, and we're going to do a little presentation about adjectives, and we're going to practice a little bit. Then we're going to have some more talk about adjectives in the second part of class. But first, let me put off the, there we go, nice and quiet now. And let me start my little presentation for today about adjectives. Okay, let me see here. And here we go. Adverbs of degree using to, enough, so, such, and very. Can everybody see the slide? Everybody give me a thumbs up if you can see the slide. Can you see it? Thumbs up? Yes? Okay, good. All right. So let's begin with our little presentation today. Describing adjectives. When we describe an adjective, we use an adverb, right? Adverbs describe adjectives, usually in front of the adjective. Example, I have a very lazy cat. Very is an adverb describing lazy. This box of books is too heavy for me to move by myself. Too is an adverb describing heavy, the adjective. I was a little sad when my favorite actor passed away. A little is the adjective describing sad. Irene isn't old enough to see that scary movie. Enough is an adverb describing old. We were so exhausted after the hike that we couldn't move. So is an adjective describing exhausted. Oh, one moment, students. I see that my connection is not stable, so I need to connect my internet. So if you'll excuse me for 1 second, and please disregard the mess you'll see behind me. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Usually I use the Wi-Fi, but the Wi-Fi doesn't work very well on this Zoom platform. Okay, so back to business. Back to business here. All right. Here we go. I like my neighbors. They're really friendly, right? Again, really is an adverb describing friendly. Each of these is a little bit different, so we need to study them very carefully. So, enough, a little, too, very. They're all adverbs, but they're just a little bit different. So let's talk about them. Very, right? Right? When I say very, it's the same as muy in Spanish, right? The most common adverb to describe an adjective. It simply means more than usual. And it's always used before the adjective. Los Angeles is a very large city. Pedro is a very good friend of mine. The students are very intelligent. I think that actress is very beautiful. Yes, Sophia Loren, very beautiful lady. So we have very large, very good, very intelligent, very beautiful. I'm just describing the person or the place or the thing. Just describing. I'm not doing anything except describing, right? I'm not comparing. I'm not saying something happened. I'm not saying that something is difficult or easy because of it. I'm just describing Los Angeles and Pedro and students and the actress, right? So that's when I use very. A lot of times I hear students try to use to when they should use very. So let's talk about to next. To. To is a different story. Unlike very, too always indicates a problem, right? When you say too expensive or too tired or too far or too long or too difficult, there's always a problem, right? Very, there's not a problem. Maybe there's a problem, maybe not. Very, you're just describing. Too, you're always saying that the adjective is excessive, right? Too spicy means I can't eat it, right? If something's very spicy, maybe you will eat it, maybe not. Maybe you like spicy food, right? But if you say something is too spicy, that means no thank you, I pass, right? You say, oh, that burrito is too spicy, I don't want to eat it, right? If you say that burrito is very spicy, maybe you love it, right? Something is impossible when you say too. Examples. I can't buy that car. It's too expensive. It's a problem for me. I can't pay for that. Kids, don't play in the street. It's too dangerous, right? It's excessively dangerous. Don't do it. It's a problem. I didn't go to work because I was too sick. It was a problem for me. I couldn't go. I can't finish my homework. I'm too sleepy. Again, too means there is a problem. Very doesn't mean that. But whenever you say too, there's a problem. So sometimes if students say, oh, teacher, I am too happy. I don't think so. I think you're very happy. Or you're so happy, or you're really happy, but you're not too happy. Right? Because too means there's a problem. So whenever you use too, make sure it's only when there's a problem. Right? Okay? All right. So let's continue a little bit. Warning. Don't say too when you mean very. That's a problem I hear a lot. People use the word too when they should use the word very. What about enough? Well, enough is used with an adjective, but it comes after. This is the opposite of too. It indicates the adjective is sufficient, usually making it possible to do something. When we can use it with an adjective or a noun. I think you are talented enough to be a professional singer, right? Talented is the adjective, enough is the adverb. Do we have enough money for groceries? A sufficient amount of money? Martin shouldn't see that movie. He isn't old enough. Do we have enough time to go to the zoo before dinner? Enough time. Notice, enough comes after adjectives, but before nouns. Look at my adjectives. Talented, enough. Old, enough. Enough money, enough time. Okay? Enough money, enough time. Infinitives. And this is something we're going to look at in more detail in a minute. But with to and enough, we sometimes use an infinitive. Remember, infinitive is to plus verb to show what is possible or impossible because of the adjective. Right? For example, it's too cold to go swimming today. Infinitive. The room isn't big enough to hold 35 students. Big enough to hold. Infinitive. Kimmy is only 3. She is still too young to go to school. Infinitive. Dave was the only one tall enough to change the light bulb. Tall enough to change. So to, in front, enough, after. To, in front, enough, after. Used with a adjective. Okay? All right. One little variety, and then we're going to practice. Variations. Now, we don't always use only very and to. Sometimes we use really and so instead of very. Right? We had a nice vacation, but it was really cold instead of very cold. No problem. I can say really cold. I'm so sleepy today. I think I'll take a nap. So sleepy. Very sleepy. Really sleepy. It's all the same. Really and so are kind of informal English. I would, if I was writing a report, I wouldn't say so or really. But when I'm talking to my friends, no problem. This series is really funny. Let's watch the next episode. Really funny. So funny. Very funny. All the same. Lisa is so nice. Her parents are very lucky. All right, notice so, very, basically the same. Basically the same. Okay? Got the idea? All right, now we're going to talk more about so in a minute. But let me stop the share for now, and I want to do some practice. All right. All right. Let's see. I'm going to turn everybody's microphone back on. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Oh, teacher.
Hello, everybody.
Any questions so far? Everybody feeling good about so, very, to, enough? Really?
A little bit confused, but we have to practice.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to practice. That's what we're going to do. We're going to practice together, and then I want to practice in small groups, okay?
Okay.
Okay, but first let's practice together a little bit. All right, I'm gonna share my board here, and I'm gonna write down some adjectives, and we're gonna do a little dialogue together. Okay, I'm gonna write down an example.
Okay.
All right, let me see. Let me erase all that. All right, remember, to and enough are like opposites, right? To and enough are like opposites. Too small and not big enough are the same thing, right? Too small, not big enough are the same thing. So A says, that's too small. B says, you're right, it isn't big enough. That's too small. You're right, it isn't big enough. Okay? One is with to, the other is with enough, but the meaning is the same. Notice, where do I put to? In front of the adjective. Where do I put enough? After the adjective. Okay? Does everybody have that copy down?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, yes, good. All right, so I'm going to stop the share and we're going to practice a little bit together.
Wait.
All right, let's see. Oops, cancel that. Share. Okay, there we go. All right, here we are all back here. All right. So I'm going to make a statement with an adjective. I want you to use the opposite adjective. So if I say big, you say small. If I say tall, you say short, etc., etc., etc. Okay? All right. Let's see. Let's start with Laura Cruz. Hello, Laura.
Hi.
You ready?
Hello. Yeah.
This rope is too short. This rope is too short.
Mm-hmm.
So
You're right.
it isn't
It's thick enough. No, short enough.
for a rope.
Uh-huh.
What will we say? If it's too short, the rope is too short.
Okay.
It's too
We
long.
need a longer one, right?
Yeah.
So it isn't long enough, right? All right,
Long
class.
enough. Okay.
So class, let's do it together. This rope is too short.
This
This
rope
rope
This
is too short.
too short.
No, you're going to do the answer.
Oh, okay.
This rope is too short. You're
You're
right.
right.
It
right.
isn't
It isn't
long
long enough.
enough.
It
Enough.
isn't long.
Right. It isn't long enough. All right.
Enough.
All right. Veronica.
Yes.
This class is too difficult.
Okay. You're right. This class is
Isn't
easy enough.
Isn't easy enough. Right. Isn't easy enough. Very good. All right, class. This class is too difficult. You're right.
You're right.
It isn't
It's
easy
enough.
easy enough.
It isn't easy enough.
Easy.
All right.
It's
Let's see. This coffee, Karina, next. Karina, this coffee is too cold.
You're right. Isn't cold enough.
It isn't hot enough, right? Or isn't warm enough. You can say both. All right, class. This coffee is too cold.
You're right.
You're right.
Right.
It isn't
Isn't
warm enough. Or isn't
Isn't
hot
hot
enough.
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 Isn't hot enough. Isn't
Hot
hot enough. All right. Edna. Let's see. That area is too dangerous. That area is too dangerous.
It isn't.
Yeah.
Say.
That is
Say. Safe. You're right.
dangerous.
So if it's too dangerous, what would we say with enough? It isn't
It isn't
safe enough, right? It isn't safe enough, right? Right. So class, let's do it together. That area is too dangerous.
You're right.
You're right.
Isn't
It isn't
Isn't
safe
enough.
enough. It isn't
Safe
safe
enough.
enough. Good. All right, Juan Pablo.
Yeah.
This computer is too slow.
Oh,
It isn't fast.
it isn't enough fast. Oh,
Other way, right? Isn't fast
is it
enough.
fast enough? Oh, yeah.
It isn't fast enough. Remember, with enough always comes after. Too comes before, enough comes after. That's the tricky part. All right, so class.
You are.
This computer connection is too slow.
You're right.
You're right.
Isn't fast.
Isn't fast enough.
Enough.
It isn't fast enough. Okay.
No.
Adan,
Yes,
are you ready?
yes,
Okay, let's see. This car is too expensive.
You're right.
you are right. It isn't cheap enough.
It isn't cheap enough. All right, it isn't cheap enough for me to buy. Class, the car is too expensive.
You're right.
You're
It
right.
isn't
Right.
enough.
Isn't she enough?
Enough.
Okay, let's see. How about for Concepcion?
Yes.
Concepcion, let's see. This dog is too mean. This dog is too mean.
It's to me.
Mean, yeah. Everybody know mean? Like a mean
What is
dog?
mean?
Mean. Yeah.
Oh, es muy, right.
Malo.
Maybe
we can do friendly.
Friendly or nice?
Oh,
Yeah, you could say
yeah.
nice or
Friendly?
friendly. Yeah,
you're
is
right. It isn't friendly enough.
isn't friendly enough, right?
Good.
All right, class, this dog is too mean.
All
right.
You're right.
All right.
It
Yes.
isn't
It is
friendly
Friendly
enough.
Enough.
Okay, very good. Let's see, Yolanda.
Yes, teacher.
This color is too ugly. This color is too ugly.
You're right. It isn't pretty enough.
It isn't pretty enough or isn't beautiful enough. Yeah.
Beautiful enough.
Right. So, class, this color is too ugly.
You're right.
You're right.
It
Isn't
isn't beautiful
pretty
enough.
enough. Isn't pretty enough. Isn't beautiful enough.
Pretty enough.
Whatever. All right. Yuveli.
Yes.
The
Something easy, please.
something easy. Okay. All right. The soup is too spicy. The soup is too spicy. What's the opposite of
So
spicy?
what is the opposite?
Light?
Mild.
Light?
Mild.
Mayo.
Mild.
Mild, right?
So hard,
Mayo.
teacher. Why?
Mild.
So what?
Mild.
Mayo.
M-I-L-D.
Yeah.
M-I-L-D. Right?
Okay,
Like if I go to the Mexican restaurant and I order a taco, they say, okay, what kind of sauce do you want? You want spicy or mild?
Mayo.
Mild. Okay,
Mayo.
you're
But
right.
how do you say it in Spanish?
I
Mayo
don't
no
know.
es a man.
No, picante.
Picante is
or
spicy.
Spicy, picante, or
Everything is spicy. That's the problem.
Medio,
We don't have mild.
medium, medio picante, medium. Yeah.
Medio.
medio picante.
Medium.
We don't have any.
Mayo, medium.
Todos
Mayo.
es picante.
Todo, la salsa yes.
It's all
Okay.
spicy.
All right.
I say like
That's para los gringos. We need the mild sometimes. All right.
Me too.
Okay.
All right. So mild. Okay.
Okay. You're right. It isn't mild enough.
Right. Good. All right, class. This soup is too spicy.
You're right.
All right.
Right.
It isn't
Mayo
mild
enough.
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 It isn't mild enough. Good.
Mayo enough.
All right. Wendy,
Yes.
are you ready? Let's see. Let's see. These instructions are too difficult.
What?
Oh, these instructions are too complicated.
You're right. It is easy enough.
Easy enough or simple enough, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually with complicated, the opposite is simple, right? Complicated and simple.
Simple.
All right. So class, this map is too complicated.
You're right.
You're right.
All right.
You're right.
It isn't simple
Simple
enough.
It isn't simple enough.
It isn't simple enough. Yeah.
Oh.
All right. Let's see. Virgilio.
Yes, teacher.
All right. Let's see. This refrigerator is too large for the kitchen. This refrigerator is too large.
You're right. It isn't short enough.
Well, small enough, right?
Very small enough.
Yeah.
Small enough.
Tall
Small
and
enough.
short, right? Tall and short, large and small, right? So the refrigerator is too large for the kitchen.
You're
All
right.
right. It isn't
It isn't
small
small
enough.
small enough.
It isn't small enough. Eulalia, let's see. Let's see. This food is let's see. Forget food. This printer is too slow. This printer is too slow.
You're right. It isn't faster.
Fast enough, right? It
Fast
isn't
enough.
fast enough. It isn't fast enough.
Fast enough.
All right. Luis Marcario. Oh, somebody's phone is ringing. Luis Marcario. Are you there, Luis? Hello, Luis. Anybody home? Somebody needs to answer the phone here. Nobody home? Luis? All right. All right. No Luis today, I guess. He's just listening. All right. All right. And Antonia, are you there?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Welcome.
Thank you.
Let's see. That car is too slow.
You're right. It isn't fast enough.
Isn't fast enough. Very good. Very good. So, what's the key point? To is always in front of the adjective. Enough is always after the adjective. Okay? All right. Now, let's take a look at some practice from a book I have. And let me share that screen with you. And then we're going to practice a little bit with partners here in just a second. But first I need to, let's see if I can find the proper slide. All right, where is it here? Okay. ¿Dónde está? Okay. Okay, let's see. All right, let's try again. Let's see. There we go. Okay, there we go. All right. Can everybody see this now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, to and enough. Notice what it says here. It says, use to plus adjective to talk about more than the right amount. Excessive. The meaning is negative. Remember what I said. Whenever you say to, it's a problem. Every time you say to, it's a problem. Right? Use adjective with enough to talk about the right amount of something. Use not with an adjective to talk about less than the right amount. The meaning is negative. The ceiling is too high. Or, here's with the infinitive. It's too high to reach. The ladder is tall enough. It's tall enough to reach the ceiling. Right? So, the woman is not tall enough. She is not tall enough to reach the ceiling. Okay? So, let's look at this little story here. Too far to visit. Too far to visit. And we're going to use to and enough in this little story. To and enough. Okay? What does it say here? My neighbors, the Mansours, have 4 children. Their house isn't big
Enough.
enough. Perfect, perfect. Their house isn't big enough.
Enough.
No.
Because we have big and then enough, and with the negative, right? Mr. and Mrs. Mansour think it's expensive to live in the city.
Two,
Too,
Too
too
expensive.
expensive.
Too expensive. Excessive, right? It's a problem. And how about their rent? Their rent is
it's too high.
Too.
too high.
Two.
Too high. The rent is too high. It isn't low enough, right? Last weekend, the Mansours bought a house outside the city. It has 4 bedrooms, so no problem. It is big
Enough.
enough
Enough.
for the whole family. Big enough. However, sin embargo, the new house is
Too
Too.
far from
too far.
Too far.
Too far from Mr. Mansour's job. So he's going to look for a new job. Mr. Mansour is an experienced engineer. He is experienced
it's
enough to find a new job, right? He's experienced enough to find a new job. Again, we have adjective, experienced, enough. Okay. I will miss the Mansours. I probably can't visit them. Their new house isn't close
enough for
enough
me.
for me to
Close
visit.
enough for me.
Isn't close enough for me to visit. It's
Too expensive.
too
It's too
expensive
expensive.
to take a taxi.
Too expensive.
When I am rich,
To buy a car.
rich
Enough.
enough to buy a car, I will visit them. All right. So, all right. So, let me. I'm gonna have you listen to this little story. So I'm gonna turn off the microphones for just a second, and I want you to listen to the to and enough in this story. Right? Remember, to is going to be a problem. To is always a problem, and to is always in front of the adjective. Enough in affirmative is not a problem. Is no problem, and we use it after the adjective. In the negative, of course, enough is a problem, but not in affirmative. So let me play this little sound for you. Okay, get the sound up here, and here's the story. So let's listen to the story and watch the words as they go across the screen.
Exercise 2A.
Too far to visit. My neighbors, the Mansours, have 4 children. Their house isn't big enough. Mr. and Mrs. Mansour think it's too expensive to live in the city. Their rent is too high. Last weekend, the Mansours bought a house outside the city. It has 4 bedrooms. It's big enough for the whole family. However, the new house is too far from Mr. Mansour's job, so he's going to look for a new job. Mr. Mansour is an experienced engineer. He's experienced enough to find a new job. I will miss the Mansours. I probably can't visit them. Their new house isn't close enough for me to visit. It's too expensive to take a taxi there. When I have to buy a car, I will visit them.
The end. All right. All right. Good, 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 good. Okay. I'm going to put everybody's microphone back on for a second. All right. So far, so good, right? All right. Let's look at the next page here. And look at the conversations. This is the one we're going to work with a partner. So while we're practicing together, I want everybody to be writing down these words because I'm going to have you practice with a partner in just a minute. Again, this time we're going to use the infinitive. Before we weren't using the infinitive. We were just saying it isn't old enough. But notice what it says here. Number 1, can they swim today? I don't think so. It's too cold to swim. Yeah, you're right. It really isn't warm enough. Right? Can she swim today? Yes, it's hot enough to swim. So I want everybody to copy these words down. Cold, swim, warm, and hot, swim. Okay? All right, so students, let's practice these first two together. Students, can they swim today?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. It's too
Too
cold
cold
to swim
swim
today.
today.
All right? You're right. It isn't warm enough. All right? How about number 2? Can she swim today?
Yes, it is
It is hot enough.
enough to swim.
Yes, it's hot enough to swim. Right. Okay, good.
It's hot enough.
It's hot enough to swim. Okay. The next one. Look at the little boy. Is this little boy, can this little boy drive?
No,
No. What can we say?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. He is
He is too young.
too young
No.
to drive.
Ah,
Too young to drive, right?
To drive.
He's too young to drive. You're right. He isn't old enough. And what about this girl? She just turned 16. So can she drive?
I don't think so.
Yes. Yes, she
Yes.
can. She
It
is
is old
old
enough
enough
to
to
drive.
drive. Old enough to drive. Good.
Enough.
So this boy is too young to drive. This girl is old enough to drive. Right? Too young, too old. Oh, young enough, old enough. All right. All right. We have weak and strong. Weak and strong. So is this guy, can this guy lift the TV?
No,
No.
I don't think
I
so.
don't think
I
so.
think
It is
He is
too weak.
too weak to lift the TV, right? He's
to-
too weak to lift the TV. And what about this family? This man and this woman, can they lift the TV?
Yes, yes,
They are
they are
They are
strong.
strong
strong
enough.
and
Enough.
enough.
All right.
Lift the week.
They are strong enough.
Lift the TV.
Okay. All right. 2 more. All right. Number 7. Is the little girl? Can the little girl reach the books?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
It is
Too short.
She's too short
is
to
short.
reach the books. She's too short
reach the book.
to reach the books.
Reach the book.
Good. All right. How about this girl? Can she reach the books?
Yes.
Yes. She
It
He's
is
tall enough.
it's enough
tall
to
enough
read the
Yes,
book.
She's tall
tall
enough to
enough
reach the books.
to read the books.
Okay. So we have. So I want everybody with your pencil to write down. Oops, I'm making it. Write down all of these 8 situations, and then we're going to practice with a partner. All right. So go ahead and write down all of these words. I know nobody has the book, but if you write them down, that will help you. All right, I'll give you a couple of minutes to write those down, and then we're going to go into smaller groups and practice. Again, old enough, too young, right? The little boy is too young to drive. The 16-year-old girl is old enough to drive. Too young, old enough. Too weak, strong enough. Too short, tall enough. Too cold, hot enough. All right, so I'll give you just a minute to write those down. And then I'm going to have you work with a partner and practice. When we practice, I'm going to have you practice 2 times. One time I want you to use the enough, and the second time I want you to use the to. So the first time, but remember the question is always going to be can, right? The first question, can they swim? Second question, can she swim? Third question, can he drive? Fourth question, can she drive? Number 5, can he lift the TV? Number 6, can they lift the TV?
Yes.
Number 7, can she reach the books? Number 8, can she reach the books? Right? We're going to use can in our question.
Yes.
All right? Everybody got the idea?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, let's do it one more time together, and then I'll put you into your small groups. All right? Students, can they swim today? Can they
I
swim?
don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
It is
If,
If
if
too cold,
it's too cold
to swim.
to swim today.
It's too cold to swim today. Right. You're right. It really isn't warm enough. Number 2, can he swim today?
Yes.
Yes, you can.
yes,
Yes, he can.
Yes, you can.
It's hot
It's hard
enough
enough.
to swim.
Not enough.
All right. Number 3, can the little boy drive?
No, he can't.
No, I don't
No,
think so.
I don't think so.
no,
He
no, I
is
don't think so.
Young to drive.
too young to drive.
Young.
Don't right.
What about that teenager? Can she drive?
Yes.
Yes, she can.
Yes,
It's
can.
she's old
Old
enough
All
to drive.
Enough to dry.
enough to drive.
All right. Number 5, can that guy move the television by himself?
No, I don't think
I
so.
don't.
No, I don't
I
think
don't
so.
think
Don't
so.
think so.
I don't
He
think so.
is too weak to lift the TV. You're right. He isn't strong enough.
Lift the TV.
How about number 6? Can they move the TV?
Yes, they can.
Yes.
Yes, they can.
They can.
Yes, they can.
They are
They are
strong.
They
strong,
are
strong
strong
enough
lift-
to lift the TV.
strong enough to lift the TV.
They're strong enough to lift the TV. And number 7, number 7, can the little girl reach the books?
I
No,
don't
I don't think so.
No,
No, I don't think so. She is
So
It's
it is
too short to reach the books.
reachable.
Right. You're right. She isn't tall enough. Number 8, can this girl reach the books?
Yes, she can.
Yes, she is. Yes, she can. She is tall enough
and she is tall enough
to reach the
to
books.
reach the book.
Okay. Does everybody have those words written down?
Yes.
Yep. Everybody got it copied?
Yeah.
Good. Good. Good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to put you into some little groups, okay? I want you to practice, but I want you to practice 2 times. I want you to go through the whole list, asking the question, and then I want you to go through it a second time, answering the question, okay? So you can practice 2 and enough. Let me see. I'm going to put you into, let's see. I'm going to put you into 3 different rooms, okay?
Okay.
All right. All right. So that means there'll be 3 people in each room. Okay. So you'll have 2 partners to practice with. Okay. All right. Here we go. So you're going to see a button that says join. Push that join button and get into your group and practice these vocabularies. Okay. Practicing 2 and enough. We'll do that, and then we'll come back and do some reading. Push that button that says join. There we go. There's a button that says join. There we go. Find that join button. comes everybody.
Okay, we got
Very good.
Well, was that not enough time?
no, we need
No,
more.
that's fine.
We need some more, but that's okay.
More time? I can send you back.
Yes,
No, that's
fine.
fine.
Do you want more time?
Yes.
I don't know
Okay.
the others, but
I
for
don't
me,
think so.
yes.
Okay. I'll send you back for what? 5 more minutes?
Yes,
Okay.
It's
please.
up to
5
you.
more minutes. Okay.
5
No
more.
problem. All right. Back to your rooms. Sorry. Go ahead. Back to your rooms. 5 more minutes. So we'll go till a little after 10:30. Okay. So push the button
Okay.
again. Let's see.
Okay.
There we go.
Really? Only 3
Yep.
minutes?
Give me about 5 more minutes. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Go ahead.
Yes.
More or less. Welcome back, everybody. Okay. So far we've been concentrating on 2 words. To and enough, right? Those were the ones we were practicing just now. To and enough. But there are 2 other words that I want to practice as well, and that is so and such, because they can get a little bit tricky. So I'm going to go back to my presentation here, and I'm going to show you so and such, because they're a little bit different than to and enough. So let me share my slides again. All right. Remember, we were talking about using really and so to mean very, right?
Really?
But we can also use so in a different way. We can use it for cause and effect. So let's talk about that now. Exception. What's the exception? Whoops, we missed the slide here. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on here. Oops. Hold on just a minute here. What's going on? I missed my slide. Okay. Let's see. Oh, what happened? Oh, my slide disappeared. Oh, I'm gonna have to give you the examples on the board then. That's okay. Life goes on. I'll have to fix that slide after the class. But let me go to the board then. I had a nice slide presentation, but now I'll have to do it with the board. All right. Okay. So. All right. Can everybody see the board? Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So and such are words that we can use in addition to and very, right? So and such we can use in addition. But we always use so and such for cause and
Such.
effect. So we use with an adjective or adverb. Let me give you some examples. It was so cold that we couldn't go swimming. Right? It was so cold that we couldn't go swimming. It was so cold that something happened. It was so cold that we couldn't go swimming. Or I worked so hard that I hurt my back. Right? When we use so, something happens. There's a result, right? And often we use it with a negative. So for example, the car was so expensive that I couldn't buy it. The car was so expensive that I couldn't buy it. Or my leg hurt so much that I started to cry. Again, so hard, so cold, so expensive, so much that something happened. That something happened. So, that's so. Adjective or adverb with so. Now, with such, with an adjective and a noun. So we still use an adjective, but we use an adjective and a noun. So let me give you some examples. He is such a nice person that everybody likes him. Such a nice person. Adjective and noun. He is such a nice person that everybody likes him. Such a nice person. Such a nice person. Junko? Junko? One moment, please. I'll be done in a little while. Sorry, my wife was starting to vacuum, and that was be too much noise. All right.
No problem.
All right, back. Anyway, such with a noun. So here we go. Or. My dog is such an obedient dog that he follows all my commands. It was such a difficult test that nobody passed. So I want you to notice something, right? There are two ways to say each one. So I can say, for example, right? I can say it either way. My computer is so old, right, with so, or I have such an old computer. My computer is so old, I have such an old computer. So and such. So if I have the adjective only, I say so. If I have an adjective and a noun, I say such. My computer is so old. I have such an old computer. So old, such an old computer. So and such. So and such. Does everybody have this copied down or not yet?
Not yet.
Not yet? You need a little more time? Okay, no problem. Take some time. And while you're doing that, I'm going to get the next thing ready.
Okay.
No eres una hormiguita.
Everybody got it?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. Let's okay. Can everybody see so and such here coming up?
Yeah.
Okay, so again, notice what you have. So plus adjective, such plus adjective and noun. That clock is so small. That's such a small clock. Those cars are so nice. Those are such nice cars. And then again, here's the result. That it's hard to see the time. That I want to drive them. Okay? All right, I'm going to turn everybody's mic off for just a second, and we're going to watch this video. Okay? So microphone's going off for a second, and I'm going to play this video for everybody. Let me make sure that the proper buttons have been pushed. Yes, okay, no problem. Okay, so here we go. Let's watch this video about so and such. It's about 4 minutes. So take about 4 minutes and watch the video.
Grammar Connections. Unit 6, Lesson F. So and such. Watch and listen. So and such make the meaning stronger. Use so before an adjective. Use such or such a before a noun. So plus adjective.
That clock is so small.
With optional that clause.
That clock is so small that it's hard to see the time.
So plus adjective.
Those cars are so cool.
With optional that clause.
Those cars are so cool that I want to drive them.
So plus adjective.
This weather is so beautiful.
With optional that clause.
This weather is so beautiful that we don't want to work today.
Such plus adjective plus noun.
That's such a small clock.
With optional that clause.
That's such a small clock that it's hard to see the time.
Such plus adjective plus noun.
Those are such cool cars.
With optional that clause.
Those are such cool cars that I want to drive them.
Such plus adjective plus noun.
This is such beautiful weather.
With optional that clause.
This is such beautiful weather that we don't want to work today.
Check your understanding. Look at the picture. Complete the first sentence.
Okay, so here we have only the word small. So remember, we're going to use so in that case. So what are we going to say? The clock is so small. That clock is so small, it's hard to see the time.
Now complete the second sentence. Listen to the sentences.
That clock is so small.
That clock is so small that it's hard to see the time.
Again, we only have the adjective cool. So we're going to say those cars are so cool. And those cars are so cool that I want to drive them. So cool that.
Those cars are so cool.
Those cars are so cool that I want to drive them.
Here we have again an adjective only, beautiful. So again, we're going to use so. The weather is so beautiful. The weather is so beautiful that we don't want to work today. So beautiful that.
This weather is so beautiful.
This weather is so beautiful that we don't want to work today.
Now this one has an adjective and a noun, small clock. So what are we going to say? That's such a small clock. Don't forget the such a small clock. And that's such a small clock that.
That's such a small clock.
That's such a small clock that it's hard to see the time.
Okay, again, we have an adjective and a noun, cool cars. So we're going to use an adjective with such cool cars. We don't need because it's plural.
Those are such cool cars.
Those are such cool cars that I want to drive them.
Looks like we're frozen. Oh, well. Were you able to hear that video? Did you hear the video?
Yes.
Yes, a little bit.
Yes.
Okay, good. So what's the rule? Tell me the rule. When do I say so? When do I use so? So plus adjective,
Adjective.
right?
Adjective.
And such
Adverb.
adjective
Adjective.
noun, right?
Noun.
So plus adjective, such adjective noun.
No.
So plus adjective, such adjective noun, right? The weather is so beautiful. Adjective. It is such a beautiful day. Adjective and noun. So beautiful, such a beautiful day. So beautiful, such a beautiful day. Okay, got the idea? All right,
Okay.
welcome back, Veronica.
Thank you.
All right.
What's that?
All right, good. Okay, so let us look at some pictures and see if we can make some statements. Okay, let me go back to this. All right, why the video stopped working? Okay. All right. Wait. Okay. All right. All right. Okay, can everybody see the pictures? Too low, right?
Yeah.
There we go. Let me get them a little bit bigger and a little bit higher. There we go. All right. All right. Let's see. Notice the example here. That watch is so old that no one would use it. Or that is such an old watch. This one. Okay. All right. Now let's look at that burger. That's a good looking burger. What could we say for this picture? What kind of adjective could we use to describe that burger?
Such.
Well,
Small burger? Delicious burger?
delicious. How about delicious? Okay. So what can we say? That burger is
Delicious.
so delicious that I want to eat it, right? Or that is
That is
such a delicious burger,
Delicious.
right? The burger is so delicious that I want to eat it right now, right? Well, burger. I haven't had a good burger for a while. Maybe I need to go get a burger. That is, yeah, I think I know what I want for lunch.
no.
That is, so that burger is so delicious that I want to eat it right now. Or that looks like such a delicious burger that I want to buy it right now, right? The burger is so delicious. It is such a delicious burger. Okay. How about this car? What can we say about the car?
Faster?
Fast. Looks fast, right? Okay. So what can we say? That car is
So fast.
so fast. That car is so fast.
So fast.
Or I could say, my grandmother has
Such a
such a fast car.
such a fast car.
Such a fast car, right? So the car is so fast.
So fast.
It is such a fast car.
Fast.
The car is so fast. It is such a fast car. All right. Now we have, what is that? A ring? A ring. I think that's a ring. All right. What can we say about that ring? Expensive, maybe. Expensive. Okay. So could we say? That ring is
So expensive.
so expensive that
is
so
that I can't buy it, right?
I couldn't buy it, yeah.
So expensive that I can't buy it. Or you could say it is
expensive.
such an expensive ring, right? Such an expensive ring. It's such an expensive ring that I can't buy it. right? It's so expensive, or it is such an expensive ring. All right. The next one. All right. We got a bunch of TVs here. Do they look new? No, I don't think so. They look pretty old, huh? So what can we say about these TVs? These TVs are so old that nobody wants them, right? They are so old that nobody wants them. So old that nobody wants them.
No, nobody wants them.
Or what can we say? They are
Such of
such old TVs, right? They are such old TVs that nobody wants them, right? They are such old TVs that nobody wants them. The TVs are so old, they are such old TVs. Okay? All right. All right, 2 more pictures. A street. Look at that street. Crowded. Yeah, no social distancing here.
No.
Yeah. They can get arrested in California now if they do that, right? All right. So what can we say about this street? This street is so crowded that it's difficult to walk, right? It's so crowded that it's difficult to walk. Or what can we say? It is
such
crowded place.
Such a crowded place that is difficult to walk, right? Yeah, it's such a crowded place that it's difficult to walk. It's such a crowded place, or the place is so crowded. Such a crowded place, or the place is so crowded. Okay. Good. All right. And the last picture. What can we say there?
Accident.
It's an accident looks terrible, huh? Let's use terrible. How about terrible? So what can we say? The accident was so terrible that the cars were destroyed, right? The accident was so terrible that the cars were destroyed. Or what can we say? It was
such a terrible accident.
It was such a terrible accident.
It was
such a terrible accident, right? Okay, no problem. So plus adjective only. Such plus adjective and noun. Okay? All right, got the idea? All right, good. I'm going to stop to share a minute. We're going to practice together. All right, everybody ready? So I'm going to make a so statement, and you change it to a such. So I will say, let's see, I might say, that man is so busy. And you could say, he is such a busy man. Right? That man is so busy. He is such a busy man. Got the idea?
He's such a busy man.
All right, let's start with Adan. Adan, are you ready?
Yes.
Very good. I have, let's see. My cat is so funny. My cat is so funny.
The cat
is so funny.
Is such funny.
But remember, if we're gonna say funny, we gotta say cat, right?
Oh.
So my cat is so funny. That's what I say. My cat is so funny. I have a such funny cat. Such a funny cat, right?
Such funny cat.
Such a funny cat.
I have such a funny cat.
I have such a funny cat, right?
I have
So-
such a funny cat.
Right? All right. Concepcion,
Yes.
the tickets were so expensive. The tickets were so expensive.
The tickets were so expensive.
That's what I said.
They were
They were
they were they were such expensive tickets.
there you go. Perfect. Perfect. They were such expensive tickets. Right? The tickets were so expensive. They were such expensive tickets that I couldn't go to the show. Right? They were such expensive tickets. All right. All right. Karina, the room was so big.
So qué?
So big.
So
The
big
room was so big.
The room
is such a big room.
It's such a big room, right? The room was so big that 100 people could be inside. It was such a big room that we could have a party with 100 people, right? Such a big room, so big. Virgilio,
Yes.
how about let's see. That baseball team is so bad. That baseball team is so bad.
The search
Well,
team,
let's start with it is.
it is the search team,
Such, we need the
the
adjective. Such a
such a
bad team,
bad team.
right? I say that team is so bad. You're
So-
right. It's such a bad team,
This cat
The
is
such a bad team.
not the Dodgers.
Ah,
All right. I'm not going to say anything bad about the Dodgers. All right. Laura, that little girl is so intelligent.
little girl is
Laura Cruz,
Laura.
that little girl is so intelligent.
Okay.
She's
She's such intelligent girl.
Perfect. She is such an intelligent girl. She is such an intelligent girl. All right. Veronica. Let's see. That boy is so friendly. That boy is so friendly.
He
he's
is
such
a friendly boy.
He is such a friendly boy. Good. All right. Juan Pablo.
Yes.
The directions are so complicated.
It is such a complicated direction.
The direction is such. They are such complicated
A
directions.
complicated.
Right. All right. Yuveli.
Yes.
Bill Gates is so rich.
rich. He's such
Excuse me, what you say?
Bill Gates
Is what?
is so rich.
es muy rico.
It's such
He's
it's such rich,
Man,
such
right?
rich. I don't know what it is.
Man, person, right? So Bill Gates is such a rich man.
he's
Such a rich man.
such a rich man.
Such a rich man. He's
All
such a
right.
rich man.
Such a rich man. All right, Edna. This chili is so spicy. This chili is so spicy.
He's
Is
it is
this is such spicy chili.
It's a such spicy chili, right? Such spicy chili. Wendy, are you there, Wendy? Maybe she's busy. Eulalia.
Eulalia, yes.
Yeah. Let's see. The water is so cold. The water is so cold.
It's
such cold water.
It's such cold water, right? It's such cold water that we didn't go swimming. Oh, Adon's cat wants to learn.
That's funny.
You have such a funny cat.
Yeah.
All right. Antonia, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. The dress is so pretty. The dress is so pretty.
It is
This is such a pretty dress.
Perfect, perfect. Very nice, Antonio. It's such a pretty dress. It's such a pretty dress. Okay. All right. Everybody feel okay, sort of?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Now let me show you there is one exception that I want you to know about, and then we're going to do some practice, okay? And then we'll be almost done for today. All right. So let me go back to my slide here. Exception. We always use so, not such, with many, much, few, and little, even though we use nouns, right? So the rule is use such with a noun, right? But except with these words, many, much, few, little. Remember those from level 2, when we learned about countable and non-countable nouns. So we don't say such much, we say so much. We don't say such many, we say so many, right? I have so many cats that I can't remember their names. We ate so much ice cream that we got sick. Always so with much and many. So few students came to the class that it was canceled. So few. I have so little free time today that I can't finish my homework. So little. So this is the exception. Whenever you have these 4 words, you always say so. Even though we have nouns, right? Time, students, ice cream. We have nouns, but we're going to use so anyway. So that's the exception. The basic rule, so, adjective, such, adjective, noun. Here we have nouns, but we're using so. So it's a little bit of an exception. All right. You ready for some practice? All right, let's practice. Whoops. That's not what we want. What do we want? We want this one. Okay. I made these slides just earlier this morning, so they're a little bit out of order. I need to fix them. All right, let's answer these questions with the proper adverb. Okay. All right. Let's look at this one. Tom is a nice man. I like him. Very nice, so nice, too nice, or enough nice. What should we say there? What's your idea? A, B, C, or D?
Very.
Very.
I hear some people saying very.
Very.
Tom is
Correct. He's a very nice man, right? We use very here because I'm just describing the person, right? Remember, if I say to, there's a problem. If I say so, there's a result, right? So, and if I said, yeah, I could say he's such a nice man, but I cannot say so nice man, right? So the only answer that works here is very nice man. Okay. Second question. I can't understand this text. It's difficult for me. Such, enough, too, or real?
Too
Difficult. Too difficult. Right. Excessive, right? Remember, too is always a problem.
A problem.
Right? I can't understand. That's a problem, right? Why is it a problem? It's too difficult. That's right. Answer C. Too difficult. All right, let's practice another one. The rain was hard that I couldn't see the road. There we have an adjective, hard. So should we say so, such, to, or really?
To.
So,
So hard, right?
so
Because we have that in the second
The
position, right?
rain was
Remember, so hard
so
that.
hard.
So hard that.
Oh,
So answer B. So
no, pero
the
no
rain
recuerdo.
was so hard that I couldn't see the rain. Yeah, I'm going to explain the so and the to, which are very close, but the grammar is different. You'll see in a minute.
Mm.
All right, let's try some more. All right, is Bill strong to move the piano by himself?
enough.
Strong
Enough.
enough. Very good.
Enough.
Enough.
Letter D.
D.
Strong enough. Strong enough to move the piano.
Yes.
Strong enough. Sufficiently strong, right?
Mhm.
I'm hungry. Let's stop for lunch.
Really,
Really?
I'm really hungry. I'm very hungry. I'm really hungry.
Really.
Answer D. Really hungry. Remember, when I say really, it's more informal English.
Mhm.
If I were writing a story in a newspaper, I wouldn't say it's a really funny movie. I would say it's a very funny movie, right? All right. The news was surprising that Alicia fainted.
So.
Was that such or so?
So.
So
A.
So surprising. Letter B, right? Because we have just a adjective over here. Adjective. The news was so surprising that Alicia fainted. Number 7. Jim is good worker that he got promoted quickly. Now here we have good worker. Good worker.
Really?
A good
Really?
worker.
Such a good worker.
Such
Answer A.
Such,
Right. Such a good worker.
huh?
Such a good worker.
Such, huh?
Yeah, such a good worker. Letter A. Here's number 8. This house is expensive for me to buy.
Very.
There's a problem. There's a problem, right?
Too
Too expensive, right?
Too.
Too expensive. There's a problem. I can't buy this house. Okay, it's too expensive. Too expensive. If it's very expensive, maybe I will buy it, maybe not. But if it's too expensive, I can't, right? Too expensive, I can't buy it. The cookies were delicious that I couldn't stop eating.
Really delicious.
Are so delicious.
So delicious, right? We're so delicious. Remember, we have the word that. We want to use so and such. So letter A, so delicious. It was a fun game that we wanted to play again. We have fun game. Such a fun game. Exactly. Such a fun game. Okay. So the answer is B. Whoops. Sorry, the answer is B, is A. I wrote this too fast. Sorry, the answer is A.
A.
Not B. A. Yeah, let me fix that right now. All right. Teacher was going too fast this morning when he was doing his lesson. All right. All right. There we go. Okay. Whoops. Put the wrong answer again. Answer is, oh, A. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Back to business here. Okay, my goodness. All right, there we go. Okay, no problem?
No problem.
Okay, good. Problem for the teacher maybe, but. All right. All right, good. The end. This was such a good lesson. I learned so much. I hope. I hope. I hope. Very good. Very good. All right. All right. Let me stop the share here. Okay. So what did we learn? We learned very, really, to, so, and such. Right? Those, oh, and enough. 6 words. 6 words we got. They're all adverbs, but we use them just in a little bit of a different way, right? We use them in just a little bit of a different way. So, such, very, to, enough, and really, right? They're close, but they're not the same. They're close, but they're not the same. All right, good. So let me show you one last thing before we call it a day. I'm going to put up my board again. All right. And let me, now let's look at cause and effect again.
So, smart, very,
So,
No.
enough, cause and effect. The traffic was bad, so I was.
all right, the traffic was bad, so I was late. Remember, we can also say, because the traffic was bad, I was late.
I was late.
Because of
Traffic.
bad traffic,
Oh,
I
because
was
of bad
late.
traffic. It was late.
Traffic was bad. Punto. Consequently, I was late. Those are the 4 we learned in the last lesson, right? Those 4 we learned in the last lesson. Okay? So now let's put what we learned today into our practice, okay? Let's look at 2. So I could say the traffic was too bad for me to be on time. The traffic was too bad for me to be on time.
The traffic was too bad for me to be on time.
Was too bad for me to be on time. That's with 2, right?
2.
Or what about so? The traffic was so bad that I was late. The traffic was so bad that I was late.
2. So, 2.
It was so bad that I was late. It was too bad for me to be on time. It was so bad that I was late. And finally,
it was such.
it was such bad traffic that I was late. So now, when you have an adjective, look, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different choices. Oh my gosh. 7 ways to say exactly the same thing. Right? The meaning is the same. The only thing that is different is the grammar. Right? This first one is a clause connector. The second one is a preposition. The third one is a conjunction. The fourth one is a transition word. The fifth example is 2 plus adjective plus infinitive. The second one is so plus adjective plus that plus a clause, right? Subject and verb. And the last one is such plus adjective plus noun plus that plus clause. Right? So 7 different ways to say the same thing. 7 different ways to say the same thing. Let's see. I'm gonna put these on a document and send it to you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
So you can have it. Let me put it on a document and I'll send it to you right after the class. All right, let me see here. New document. All right. Save as. Okay. All right. Everybody got a copy down?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I was hoping to do some more practice, but look at the time. It's already 12 o'clock, lunchtime. All right, so we made it to the end of another week. Very good. Thank you again for coming. It's very important that we keep working so we don't forget all of our English. The school is talking about how we can do testing at the end of the semester, but we still have, I think, 5 more classes or 6 more classes, one of those two. Remember, we're going to the middle of June, so we still have all of May and I think 2 classes in June. So we have quite a bit more to do. All right, so today is only May 2nd, but everybody feeling okay about today's lesson? So
Yeah.
and such and very
So
and too.
happy.
So happy?
Yes.
You're so happy or you're
So
very happy?
So happy.
Or you're such a happy student? Good. Really happy. All right. Okay. All right. Bravo. Okay. So right after class is over, I'm going to send you in your WhatsApp and your Remind app. I'll send you a copy of what I just had on the board, and I'll also send you some practice to do during the week. Okay.
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 All right.
Thank you, teacher.
Preguntas, problemas,
No.
consejos? No. Everybody happy? All right.
Yes. Yes.
All right. All right. Stay healthy.
Okay.
Stay safe. Practice
It's true,
social
teacher.
distancing.
Okay.
Be good. Don't
Hey, bye.
don't go too crazy. Okay. All right.
Okay,
All
bye.
right. We'll see you next
Bye,
Saturday.
everyone.
And
Thank
and
you,
I'll send
teacher.
I'll send you
Have a nice
the
weekend.
YouTube link
Nice weekend.
very soon. Okay.
Thank
you.
you.
Everybody, have a nice
you.
weekend.
Thank
Bye
you
Bye.
so
bye
much.
everybody. Enjoy your weekend. See you
Bye.
later.
You too.
Bye bye.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for staying to the
Bye,
end.
everybody.